Well, hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Crafting with Critter. So what we're doing here is we are making a lantern. So we've got a candle holder with lid. We've got a lid from a jar of chicken gel freezy that I rinsed out heavily with bleach to get the smell out. And next we have the wooden lid off of a candle jar, and I do end up taking that grommet out. Have a lid from a gallon of milk, and then a lid from a plastic water bottle that I have cut the middle out of. We're going to paint these all with black. Care of Apple Barrel, not sponsored. So we're just going to pour a little bit in here, and then we're going to paint everything in warp speed. So, see, like I said, took that grommet out of there. And then we're just going to paint everything. And the reason that I chose black is just because, hey, why not? And I gotta tell you, that little plastic lid from the water bottle was ridiculously difficult to hold on to. I'm actually surprised that I held on to it better than I did. So everything is going to be painted black. Apparently I felt the need to show you guys how to paint everything. So while we're watching this, why don't you guys take a minute to, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. We're coming out with a lot of cool stuff. So love to have you along. So here I am again. Hello. And yes, I have changed clothes. These are the handles off of paper Walmart sacks. I have 6 of them there. And what we're going to do with these is use them as decoration on our lantern. So, see, Walmart sack. And I just took them out of there. It's really easy to do. And then you can use the rest of the sack as you wish. You can see that I'm using it as a drop cloth for painting. So 6. Got 6 of them. Can't really see that. So shout out to Nubs right there because I look just like him on that one here. Going to be painting these in pavement, which is a really dark gray color. I wanted a little bit of contrast between the black and the little decorative pieces that I'm going to be putting onto the lantern. And this is really easy. Literally everything that I'm using, I had around the house. Just stuff, it's, you can make something out of darn near everything. And I'm not being real pedantic here about covering the entire piece of cardboard because I like the variegation in color. And, just like everything in life, nothing is all one color. Because if it were all one color, it would be really stinking boring. Next step, we're taking some Aleene's tacky glue. And with this stuff, what's in a name? Everything. It is sticky, it is tacky, it is, this stuff will stick together anything. I seriously believe this. Now I know why my grandmother used to use it. So I'm using Laguna because I kind of want to make a frosted glass look. And I personally have a problem with paying $15 for a can of frosted glass spray paint. So this is an easy way to do it and not have to do that. It's a lot more budget friendly. Let's put it that way. So I just put 1 drop of the Laguna in there because I didn't want it hugely covered, like really saturated. I wanted to be able to see through it, but still have that hint of the turquoisey color. I really like the Laguna for that. So I'm just going to cover the whole jar and let it dry. you know. And I just started with one coat. I ended up actually putting two coats on there. The second coat, I waited until this one was completely dry, and then the second coat, I went back in with a sponge and just sponge painted it to give it a little bit more texture, and just cover it. And I set it outside to dry. And this is what it turned out looking like. Isn't that neat? It's not perfect, but hey, neither are you. And it's going to be really awesome when we get the lantern put together. So here's all of our stuff, painted black, and our strips, painted pavement. And we're just going to put all of pieces together to make our lid and our base. So that is the jar top from the gel freezing, the candle jar, the wooden one, stacked on top of it, the milk jug lid on top of that, and then our water bottle lid, and I'm going to stand that up on the top to make the little ring for the top of the lantern. Now you can also use E6000 for this, and honestly, if you're planning on hanging this, I would seriously suggest using E6000 along with your hot glue, just to give it that bond. And you'll see there what I did was I put the lid on top upside down, so the lip is up. And lay out our strips, and we're going to glue them onto the inside of the lip. You can see that there. And I chose to do 8 strips because with the size of the lantern that I'm making, I thought that that was good enough to cover it and still be able to see plenty of the light coming through. And sorry about the legal pad photo wrong there, but you know, hey, low budget production, people, gotta love it. All right, I'm going around with a little more hot glue on each of the strips on either side just to make sure that they are stuck. Stuck. Stuck, 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 stuck. I'm using my scissors to press them down because yeah, it's called hot glue for a reason. So now what we're going to do is I'm putting hot glue, you can't really see it, sorry about the bad angle, putting hot glue all over the bottom of the jar and then pressing it down into the middle of that lid on top of the paper strips. Just measuring here, and again, I'm sorry for the bad angle, but what I'm doing is I'm measuring to just below the last of the, what do you call those, the ridges that it screws onto on the top of the jar. I'm cutting off the little paper strips right below that, and then see, you can see right there where it sits. And then using my scissors to press it in there just to make sure that it's sticking really, really good. Go around and do that to all of the strips. See, yeah, you can see where I was gluing them in. And I'm not really concerned about the little glue spider webs right now. I'm going to get rid of those later. But once you go all the way around, see, there they are. I'm on spiderweb duty. Woo. And while I'm doing this, I do notice that there is some spots that I didn't cover completely on the paper. So I went and got my pavement, and I'm just doing a little bit of touch-up work. Making sure all my little strips are covered. I didn't use all the paper, so I put it back. Waste not, want not. So I'm just rounding out those strips just to make them look like a big balloon, if you will. And we have are fairy lights. And I got these from Amazon. I think a pack of 20 of them was like $10, $15, something like that. It was reasonable considering. So I'm just, untangling them and then wrapping them around my hand to make it easier to put in the jar. And just put those down in there, and it's, oh, look, it works. And these are the ones with the little flat uh, battery pack on it, which I like. Put the lid on, and everything works. And you can see right there, it's blue. So what we're doing is we are making a, just sort of, I'm covering the lid with the jute just because I really didn't like the way that it looked. So actually, it's not jute, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's butcher's twine, just cotton twine. And I'm going around that little grommet on the top and covering it with the twine. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush that still had some gray paint on it, and I'm going to mix that with some Mod Podge and go over the whole thing to make it not only shiny, but also give it a little protection so the paint doesn't chip off. Going around the whole thing, making sure everything is really well covered. And here it is. Now I don't have the lid on very well, so it's normally not going to have that little break in the top, but I think that this turned out so super cute. You can see that the lid comes off very easily. And there's our remote control lights inside, and it just looks so cool with that frosted glass. You can see the blue. And I'm just so happy about how this came out. I know it doesn't look perfect, but you know what? I love it. I think it really looks cool, and it's an awesome project for anybody. So, thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this out. You can find me on darn near all social media at I'm RevCritter. Thanks so much. You guys take care.